So we're pretty frequently asked about the best practices for basically recording to camera, and oftentimes this is actually in a studio and you're in better shape. But if you need to do it at home, there are some things that you can do to kind of bump up the quality and make you look a little bit better. And oftentimes when you're looking a little bit better, not only are you a little bit more confident, but also the video is a little bit better received. So I went through my apartment and I just took a bunch of different shots of me in my selfie camera, mostly on my phone, just to see which ones gain or lose information, or which ones the camera is struggling to expose everything, and then which ones really look like good quality and which ones don't. So the couple things that I found were when I'm outside, like this one or this one here, depending on how light I am, the background tends to blow out entirely. And it just goes straight to white, which is it's just not as good a look as you could possibly get if you were a little more purposeful with it. When I pulled myself back and the light was on me a little bit, it began to expose these other parts, but it also began to overexpose my face. So I wouldn't necessarily recommend doing that, but if you're outside and you have the capacity to shoot with something in the background that isn't quite so bright, then oftentimes you can get a nice exposure and you can get that really lovely sunlight to light you with, and have a nice quality recording without losing all that information in the background. When you come inside, you can also situate yourself by the window, and you'll see in this one a little bit on my shirt here, you get this little bit of fuzziness. That's because it's struggling to expose that at the same time as this frame behind me. And so that's, I'd say, within reason. If I come over here, you can really see it come out, and it just doesn't look good. It looks like poor quality video. This one is within my hallway. It's the least amount of light that I have anywhere in the apartment. And as you can see, it just is very clearly sort of the worst quality of them all. The shirt is not exposed at all. It's all noise at this point. You even get noise on my face and hair and that kind of thing. And then when I come back over here, this is a little bit more light on my right-hand side, but it's still struggling because it has these very, very dark edges. So I would recommend, if you're indoors and you have the ability and it's a bright day, even if it's not a bright day, then I recommend sitting by the window and having some evenly exposed anything in your background there. The final tip that I had was I recorded these two in the exact same position from the same stance, but I recorded one with my rear facing camera, my selfie camera, and my front facing camera. And when I play them back, you can really tell the difference, especially in my shirt and a little bit in my hair and my eyebrows. You can see this noise coming through. And then when you cut over to the front-facing camera, not like very, very little noise here and no noise on my face. It's all very good quality. Oftentimes this is true with almost every phone out there on the market right now. The front-facing camera is just a better quality camera, period. So I know it's a little bit unsettling because you can't stare at yourself and you can't, know if you're in frame. And the trick that I used was I set up this shot and then I just held my arms in the same position, turn the camera around. It's even better if you have someone else to film you, obviously, or if you set it up on books. But just for the point of illustration, I wanted to show that. So the takeaways from this are hopefully that you just throw yourself by the window and hope for and look for some even lighting for yourself. At the same time, try shooting with your front-facing camera if you really want that good quality recording.